all know good old reliable Stephen A. Smith. Well, Stephen A. Smith decided to chime in on the whole Draymond Green situation, which I'll dive into in a second. But this is what he had to say about Draymond Green potentially going to the Lakers. He said, opt out, take a 2-year deal, go to the Lakers and join LeBron. He wouldn't be averse to that. Trust me. Trust me. Now, for those that don't know, Draymond Green and Jordan Poole got into a physical altercation, and Draymond Green threw a punch at Jordan Poole, and that there were reports that basically Jordan Poole has switched up since, he knows he's getting a contract, getting the Brinks truck backed up, and because, he won a championship. Now, the Warriors did today say that, no, that's not the case, that those reports are bogus, but come on, they fought for a reason. It makes sense. Jordan Poole is already kind of a cocky guy. I could see him kind of switching it up. But nonetheless, right, they got into a physical altercation. The Warriors are going to have to make a decision sooner or later. The Warriors are going to have to make a decision between Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, and Jordan Poole. They already have Klay Thompson. They already have Steph Curry. Going to end up maxing, let's say, Jordan Poole and Draymond Green. Well, then Wiggins is gone. And you still have all the young guys, Kuminga, Moody, you got Wiseman. Those guys need to be paid at some point too. The Warriors have a lot of decision making to make. Draymond Green wants a max contract, and he wants to stay with the Warriors. But he's not really worth the max contract anymore. He might be to the Warriors, just everything that he provides, everything that he offers to that team. But any other team, he ain't getting a max deal. But the Warriors having to make a decision, a big question is, do they move off of Draymond Green? Because Draymond has a history of this, right? This isn't the first time this has happened with Draymond. I mean, he basically ran Kevin Durant out of the city, right? He's notorious for getting in fights and little skirmishes with, teammates as well as other players, getting ejected, all kinds of stuff like that, getting suspensions for just his antics. And it's one of those things like, if you're the Warriors, are you kind of fed up with it? Do you think we want to reward him for his antics with another max contract? I think Draymond's kind of phased himself out with the Warriors. I don't think they really need him anymore to win. And they got Kuminga, who's basically an athletic, better all-around version at this point, like in comparison as far as like youth and stuff like that. Yeah, you don't get Draymond's toughness and just attitude and things like that. The bully Draymond. Now, as much as Draymond, kind of a pain in the behind, he still has value, right? He's still he's a guy that you love on your team. He's a guy that you hate to play against type thing. It's one of those things. So it would make sense that maybe the Lakers and LeBron James would be a destination for him if it was to leave. I mean, could you imagine, say, a starting five of like Russ, Patrick Beverly, LeBron, Draymond, and Davis? Look, I'm not saying that would happen. I'm not even saying that necessarily could happen. But, that would be hilarious, right? Because, look, if Russ works out, maybe they re-sign him. They re-sign Patrick Beverly. You get Draymond at a reasonable price. Imagine that starting five. I don't even know if that would work or not, but I think it would be just must-see television. Patrick Beverly, Draymond Green, Russell Westbrook all on the same team with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. That team might be the best team in the league, or they might just be a total disaster trying to kill each other. But on a serious note, of course, I want to hear your thoughts and opinions. So, as always, let me know down in the comment section below about Draymond Green, right? Would you welcome him to the Lakers? Is he a piece at this time in his career that you would welcome to the Lakers? Now, what he brings and provides, I think, is really good at the right price. If we could get him for $10 million a year, I would take a shot. I'd say, yeah, go get Draymond. And Davis playing the 5. You probably need Davis to play the 5, but you have Draymond at the 4, Davis at the 5, LeBron at the 3. That's pretty good. I wouldn't be opposed to that at all. And then depending on what your backcourt is, you could have a pretty solid team with that. But if Draymond, if he wants $25 million a year or more, no, there's no way. There's no way. Again, what he provides is great for the Warriors because he's always been there, and they need that. They need that toughness. They need that guy that can kind of, punch the other guy in the mouth, so to speak, at times, things like that. But the Lakers, you got LeBron James, you got Anthony Davis. You don't really need a guy like Draymond as far as the intangibles outside of that. Now, he is a high engine, high motor, high just everything kind of guy, and you take the good with the bad with him. And I wouldn't be opposed to it, but to me, it would all come down to price. What is the price in which Draymond Green would cost the Lakers? If it's a reasonable price, then yeah, I would do that immediately, right? I would take him on as soon as possible, you know? Like, if they, like, there was a fake tweet that I saw that, you know, the whole, whenever something like this happens, you see the fake tweets of like, oh, Draymond was waived by the Warriors. Like, if that was real, again, it was a fake tweet. I just want to express how people understand. But assume that was real. Assume like Shams or somebody reported some tweet that Draymond Green was waived by the Warriors. If the Lakers could sign him, I would take him immediately. You know, like, I would say, go get him. Like, make that happen. You know, like, just because of the value and just everything that he would provide to the team. He does have value. It's just not at the price that he wants and is looking for is my problem. I don't think he's that. He never really was that top tier guy. You know, a lot of the questions about Draymond from day one is like, would he have been the same player and had the same trajectory and the same success if he was on any other team in history, right? Because the good thing about him and his skill set is he had two perfect complements in Steph Curry and Klay Thompson that basically just made him, it was the best position that he could have possibly gotten into. The best possible thing that could have happened to Draymond Green was going to the Warriors. Like, if he went anywhere else, I don't think he would have had the same success. I don't think he would have been a bad player, but I think he would have just been a role guy. You know, I don't think he would have been an all-star and all those things. I think he would have just been another role guy that is really good. You know, you see, you know, maybe you get a little mid-tier guy, you know, something like that. But for the most part, I think that's all he would be. I think he would just be, you know, another guy that is solid in rotations that, you know, just talks a lot of BS, you know. I don't know if he would have been the Draymond Green we know him to be today. A lot of that, I think, is attributed to Steve Kerr and the cast of the Warriors. And the big question is, like, if he were to go to a team like the Lakers, would he still have that same effect and same impact? Would he be able to do a lot of the same things that he's done? You know, I think him and LeBron could work. You know, they're both, you know, they both just want to win. Right? So it's like, I think that at the end of the day, they would be a match made in heaven. I think LeBron would welcome Draymond's intensity and just, you know, just the way he plays the game. No, I'm sure LeBron's not for all the little, like, antics and just silliness, but I think he understands, like, that's who Draymond is, and what he brings is, you know, in some cases invaluable, but it's just, I don't know if Draymond would have the same effect and impact on other teams. I think Draymond has to be like your fourth or fifth guy at this point. But he wants like number 1 or 2 money. And I don't think he's that. Like, if Draymond is right now, currently, if Draymond is your like second or third, or maybe even your third best player, you're probably not a contender. Like, you know, I just think he's fallen off tremendously in his game. You know, even on the Warriors, you got to think, you have Steph, you have Klay, you have Wiggins, Jordan Poole, guys like that. I mean, you can make an argument Draymond's the 5th or 6th least important player. You know, like that. Just if you just drew out a list of all the guys, he might be 5th or 6th on that list of just guys that don't need that you could expose of, that you get rid of. So basically, he's just like a rotation guy. He's just another role player for the Warriors at this point. And all teams can lose a role player or two and still be fine. And I think that that's what he's become. If the price is right, I think the Lakers should go after Draymond at some point. Like, assuming Draymond wants to go, which according to Stephen A. Smith, he wants to. It's according to Stephen A. Smith, he's ready to go. But you know, I just think it boils down to what does it take? How much? Things like that. But anyway, as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Let me know down in the comment section below. This is a discussion. What would you think of a big three of Draymond, LeBron, and Davis? Is that something that you think that would work? Do you think it's something that would be a disaster? You think it's something that you'd hate, that you love? Would you ever even want Draymond to go to the Lakers? Is that something that you'd be okay with? Again, I think it comes down to the right price. I mean, I wouldn't mind a 1+1 for the right price. I really wouldn't. But again, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Let me know however you feel about it. Good, bad, ugly, somewhere in between. Let me know down in the comment section below.